Welcome to Vintage Rewind, 1960s. Today we journey back to the Outlaw Josey Wales, 1976. The fierce odyssey of a man who has lost everything yet rises to fight amid the turmoil of the American West. Behind the breathtaking gunfights and Clint Eastwood's unyielding presence lies the real-life story of loss, illness, and sacrifice endured by the cast. Join us as we honor the individuals who left an immortal mark on this masterpiece. Josey Wales, a rebellious and charismatic figure, was portrayed by Clint Eastwood with the poise of an artist who had already stepped into legend. Born on May 31, 1930, Eastwood took on the role at age 46, carrying with him the experience of the spaghetti western era to craft a grittier, more profound Josey than the cowboys he had played before. This performance not only reinforced his title as the Man of the West, but also paved the way for Eastwood to become one of the great icons of American cinema. At 95, he still maintains an influence few can match. Lone Watie, the wise and humorous companion, was brought to life by Chief Dan George with a rare sense of humanistic warmth. Born on July 24, 1899, he took on the role at age 77, infusing the character with both the depth of First Nations culture and the calm spirit of a true elder. His simple yet philosophical lines made Lone Watie the gentle soul of the story. When he passed away at 82, Chief Dan George left behind not only a memorable performance, but also a profound spiritual legacy that extended far beyond the realm of cinema. Laura Lee, the symbol of fragility amid chaos, was portrayed by Sondra Locke with exquisite emotion and rare sensitivity. Born on May 28, 1944, Locke took on the role at age 32, carrying a pure beauty tinged with hidden wounds, reflecting the turbulent journey of her real life. From a career constrained by external pressures to personal tragedies, Locke always maintained a spirit of strength and sincerity in her acting. When she passed away at 74, Sondra Locke left behind a deeply emotional legacy that audiences could never forget. Captain Terrill, the ruthless and cold-blooded pursuer, was portrayed by Bill McKinney with the powerful acting style that had long defined his career. Born on September 12, 1931, McKinney took on the role at age 45, carrying with him the fierce energy that had made him stand out in Deliverance and many other villainous roles. Compared to the villains he had played before, Terrill possesses greater depth, a man shaped by war into a symbol of brutality. When McKinney passed away at 80, he left behind a legacy of unforgettable antagonists, becoming an indispensable face in westerns and thrillers. Captain Fletcher, a pragmatic officer burdened with inner conflict, was portrayed by John Vernon with the commanding presence that had long defined his career. Born on February 24, 1932, Vernon took on the role at age 44, bringing with him the authoritative voice and sharp, steely acting style that had distinguished him in Dirty Harry and Animal House. Compared with other powerful figures he had portrayed, Fletcher possesses greater depth, a man embodying the exhaustion and disorientation left in the wake of war. When he passed away at 72, John Vernon left behind a legacy of commanding, unforgettable characters. Grandma Sarah, the resilient elderly woman surviving the dangers of the American West, was portrayed by Paula Trueman with the warmth and steadfast spirit of someone who carries hope for the entire group. Born on April 25, 1907, Trueman took on the role at age 69, bringing with her a wealth of life experience and a unique charm that made Grandma Sarah a spiritual anchor amid mounting violence and loss. Her character needed no grandeur to leave a powerful impact, reminding audiences of kindness, the smallest yet strongest light in a harsh journey. When she passed away at 86, Paula Trueman left behind the enduring image of a gentle grandmother everyone wished they could be protected by. Jamie, the brave yet fragile young man caught in the midst of war, was portrayed by Sam Bottoms with the genuine innocence of a 21-year-old. Born on October 17, 1955, Bottoms brought to the character a purity that stood in stark contrast to the brutality of conflict, an opposition that made Jamie one of the story's most tragically iconic figures. Bottoms' career had shone early with The Last Picture Show, yet his life proved shorter than anyone expected. When he passed away at 53, Sam Bottoms left behind a collection of emotionally rich performances, especially the enduring image of youth swept away by a cruel destiny. Little Moonlight, the quiet young woman who carries a unique spiritual strength, was portrayed by Geraldine Keams with a subtlety deeply rooted in her cultural heritage. Born on August 19, 1951, Keams took on the role at age 25, bringing with her a gentle beauty and an introspective depth characteristic of the Navajo, allowing the character to become a symbol of healing and hope. Though her screen time was limited, Little Moonlight left a lasting impression through her meaningful silence. Now at 74, Geraldine Keams continues to contribute to Native art and culture, maintaining her role as a distinctive spiritual voice. Carpetbagger, the opportunist who emerges amid chaos, was portrayed by Woodrow Parfrey with the sharp acting style that had become his signature. Born on October 5, 1922, Parfrey took on the role at age 54, crafting a small yet powerfully symbolic character, embodying greed and exploitation in the post-war era. With his brisk demeanor and keen, penetrating gaze, he turned the carpetbagger into a living metaphor for the darker sides of human nature. When he passed away at 61, Parfrey left behind a legacy of richly layered supporting roles, proving that sometimes just a moment on screen is enough to leave a lasting impression. Thank you for joining Vintage Rewind 1960s on this journey back to the Outlaw Josey Wales. The stories behind the spotlight reveal that the cast endured challenges